So now what we need to do is that we need to work on the next section. And in the next section, I'm going to display the shoes. Therefore, the section is going to be similar to the clothes. Therefore, I'm going to copy the clothes here. And then I'm going to create here a new section. Here I'm going to say shoes. And then I'm going to paste the code. However, there will be a few things different. First, I'm gonna here say instead of dresses and coats, I'm gonna say here shoes. And then here I'm gonna say here you can check out our amazing shoes. And here the images, we have here the clothes images. We need to replace these images with the shoes. So I have these images, so I'm gonna add them to my project. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna drag these 4 images, one, and I'm gonna drop them onto the image. So we have these 4 images. And let me save. Let me click here on File, and then Save All, and let's test that in the browser. So in the browser now, if I refresh, we should have a new section, shoes, and here we have a problem. The problem is that I need to change the name of the images. So here in the shoes, we need to say here shoes 1, and here shoes 2, and then here shoes 3, and then finally shoes 4. Now let me save and test one more time. And now, as you can see, we will have the shoes being displayed here, and they look amazing. So now that we are done with this section, the next section is going to be for watches. So what I'm going to do is that again I'm going to copy the same exact code because the code is going to be similar. I'm going to copy this code, and then I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to here say watches here. Let me first close this, and let me kind of shift this because I want everything to be organized. Here I'm going to say watches, and then for this watches section, first we need to change the ID. So the ID here is going to be watches. And by the way, the ID for the shoes here, it must be shoes. The ID here must be shoes. Here the ID is watches. And then here I'm gonna say for the watches, I'm gonna say best watches. And I'm gonna change the text here. And lastly, I'm gonna add the watches. So I have here again, I have these images, 4 images. I'm gonna drag them and drop them onto the images folder. So I'm gonna drag these 4 images here, 1, and then I'm gonna drop them 1, 2, 3, and 4. And make sure that you are adding them into the images folder. Make sure that they have been added to the images folder. Finally, we need to change the names here of the images. So in order to do that, we just need here to say for the watches section, we need to say watch 1, and then watch 2, and then watch 3, and watch 4. Watch 4. And let me save and let's test. So now we should have all of the watches. So as you can see, we have here all of these watches. However, I think this image is too large. Therefore, I'm going to replace this image with one of the images that I already have. So let's replace it with 1, because I think the image itself is too large. So here it's gonna look like this. It's important, by the way, it's important to select images that have the same size, because if you select images that are different in terms of the size, they could take much bigger space and the website is not gonna be consistent. However, you can edit the width and height of the images using CSS. However, some images would have a better resolution than others, and I don't want that. Therefore, it's important to select images that already have same sizes. So this is for the this is for the watches section, and here we have the shoes section. So now we are done with the content, with the main content of the website.